Hello and welcome back to Bullish Bitcoin Banter and Bullshit. I'm Mr. All In. I'm joined tonight by Dr. Evil 10%. So never look. Apparently got an early train in the morning, doesn't want to stay up late. Sounds like he's being a bit of a pussy during a bear market.
I
Maybe
think
doesn't
he's
deserve it.
getting run by a train.
Mm. It could well have been code for his
Yeah, he's gone over to an island, back again. He went AWOL for a bit, didn't he? He's back to that island.
Jesus, we're already at the island and it's not even 20 seconds into the pod.
Got to give them what they want. And we've got a cracking story to finish with, which I've got quite excited about after I saw the title. I've made assumptions about what's going to be in the show.
Oh, yeah, you guessed right. Yeah. So we're back. It's the first time you've been here for a while, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I had a couple of weeks not children bringing sickness into my house.
Yeah.
The standard. I'm quite surprised we didn't end up in a lockdown.
I know. I must admit, I weirdly I got ill. Well, I've been ill really for about 2 weeks. I've still got the end of it. And what I've noticed in the last couple of days, I've completely lost my sense of smell. Like completely. It's like completely gone. I got a new aftershave like for my birthday and I was putting it on. I was like, it's just water. Like it doesn't smell of anything. Like, I was literally I sprayed it on myself and went and then was trying to smell my clothes. I was like, I couldn't smell anything. So I smelled it on my hand. Like my hand was wet. I smelled it, nothing. So weirdly, I actually think there could well be another like little pandemic strain going around that they've released or whatever. And but I think they've just done it to fuck with us this time and not bothered to lock us down.
Are you sure you're not going to be in favour of a lockdown and wearing face masks when you're standing up, but not when you're
Yeah.
sitting down?
Well, I did go to the GP. I'm now triple jabbed, so I don't have a flu anymore, but I have a heart condition and brain cancer. Whoop whoop. But but that I don't have to worry about that for 10 years. The flu's gone. Triple jab, mate. Um, woke as fuck.
But it's not really a subject anymore. Triple jabbing, it's completely disappeared. But
I know
what
all
is a
these
sub?
anti-vaxxers, like I still see, if you're old enough, by the way, 'cause I see my dad getting the letters. My dad's old, obviously, and he still gets the COVID jab booster reminders.
Is
And
it still a thing?
he still fucking goes. And I keep telling him not to. And then I swear like he just forgets and then just goes because he like writes it on his calendar. And so what that basically means is it's switched now. I think only the old people are getting these letters. I think they've kind of given up on everybody else. But that basically means now what, 80, 90% of people are anti-vaxxers? Like why aren't you getting your 17th COVID booster? Yeah, you're an anti-vaxxer. Like you're just the same as me. You're just hey, how many shots did you take? You took three. Okay, well I took zero. We both you didn't take 14 of them. So we're both anti-vaxxers. You just took three more.
Well, that was the topic of choice about 4 years ago, but the topic of choice now is Iran, isn't it?
It is Iran.
Because they are going to destroy the world. They were, going to fire all these nukes off.
Sorry, did you say Israel there or Iran?
I said Iran.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because if you just said Israel, then I'd have been up in arms. It's fucking Iran. Like,
I mean, Iran, they just can't control themselves. They were waging war on everyone, and so they had to be taken out.
I know they need some fucking democracy and freedom bombing.
They need some freedom.
Just just like Gaza did. They need their economy stimulating. That's what they need. And
Yeah.
and by that
Um,
we mean bomb it to shit and then build new Las Vegas on top of it. But you know what also Iran are involved in? Supposedly anyway, dumping Bitcoin. So if the fact that they weren't the world's terrorists, that not America or Israel, Iran, apparently they were also there's rumors anyway. Obviously, this isn't confirmed. I think this is largely just a theory that they've been dumping Bitcoin for quite a while because electricity in Iran is super cheap, so they can mine a Bitcoin for $1,300. It's the cheapest on earth. And then they basically sell everything that they get because it's basically the easiest arbitrage trade ever because you're basically buying Bitcoin for $1,300. And obviously it's trading at a massive multiple above that. So they just mine it, dump it, and they've dumped tens of thousands of BTC, supposedly on the open market for years. And they've been the constant invisible sell pressure. But then when the US bombed their power grid, the mining went offline overnight, hash rate dropped within hours, the shell pressure that nobody knew existed just vanished. And this got published. So this was from March 18th last week. Um, and obviously the price did boom. The price did kind of pump. And I think a lot of people are kind of going, why would World War III potentially kicking off pump Bitcoin and everything else went down?
Well,
Gold, silver, stocks all went down, but Bitcoin pumped. Then the problem is in the last 6 days, most of those gains have been undone. So it's like, well, if that's not Iran selling, clearly somebody else has sold now. So it kind of blows that theory out the water a little bit. But
but could it be
I don't know.
that Iran started buying at one point, and then um when US decided they wanted their oil, so they wanted some to stop the embargo, was when they of Bitcoin. You
Mm,
know, because the currency, like I don't know what the Iranian currency is, but I don't think it's gone to zero. It's not done in Lebanon yet, has it?
I don't know. But yeah, who knows? It, it,
Yeah.
if the energy genuinely is, I'd love someone from Iran to actually confirm that that's the case because it's like that must mean they have the cheapest energy. Just, you know,
Well, I don't think it is because the one was it Nepal or one of those countries is where they've got loads of hydropower and they mine a shitload of Bitcoin and have it in a reserve currency.
yeah. But the thing is, like, I think a lot of people obviously do stuff like that, don't they? They mine Bitcoin with excess gas that would just get burned off, and yeah, like you said, hydropower, solar, and basically excess energy that might be from a power grid somewhere, and it's just going to get released. You just throw it into the mining. So essentially, you are then just it's just the cost of the gear, isn't it? Cost of the miners, they have a physical cost, but your running day-to-day costs are probably
And
very close to
negligible.
zero. So I guess you can. I bet there's probably loads of places that you can probably mine Bitcoin for far less than its current sale price. But then it depends what your strategy is there, isn't it? It could just be a very smart way of stacking Bitcoin, where you can basically stack it for $1,000 a coin right now if you've got a very efficient mining setup, or you can decide to cash in right now and just sell a lot. Each time you get a
Oh,
coin, just flog it.
it's maybe an actual plan is get some of those useless windmills which aren't even connected to the grid in the UK and connect them to some miners and we've got a business going, haven't we?
Mm. Yeah, just find the cables that come off and that just like flapping around in the wind.
I was
Just
gonna
like,
say,
if you
the
plug
thing
this in.
is, a bunch of them aren't even connected, and the ones which are connected we can't even use because the point is it's just excess energy because we need a base load.
Mm.
So
In every
maybe we
10
should
years they
get.
fall over and just have to be put in landfill.
Well, we can be churned up and put in concrete. There's a use for it there. Weaken the concrete.
Sounds like renewable energy to me. Nothing like those evil fossil fuels.
What, dinosaur fuel?
Yeah, dinosaur bones. Do you not know that yeah, we've run the whole world off dinosaur bones for the last like 100 years. It's fact. Pure fact. My science teacher told me 25 years ago, the lying bastard. Anyway,
I saw the
what
comment on LinkedIn today, so it must be true.
still makes me laugh. People still call it fossil fuels. It's just genius branding. Like it's until you realize it's like, every single piece of living matter, yeah, when it gets crushed, it turns into oil. You're like, oh, everything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So basically it's fucking everywhere then. You're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Everywhere.
It's just pressure.
Yeah. Over millions of years, everything freaking turns into oil pretty much. Like all living things just fucking compress it enough, it turns into oil.
I
And leave
do
it there
wonder
for
whether
long
you
enough.
can make other things into oil then. Think rubbish.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's obviously like, yeah, if you melt it and heat it up and all that kind of stuff. But obviously the psyop that was no, no, it's only dinosaur bones. You're like, well, there wasn't very many of them, and they were 60 odd million years ago. There aren't any more now. So you literally you could picture it like there's a pocket there, pocket there, pocket there. Once it's used, it's gone. And then what do we do? It's panic mode, isn't it? And then you just suddenly realize, no, 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 they're lying. It's fucking there's fucking loads of it down there. Like literally like oceans of the stuff. And you go, oh my God, just yet another lie.
I say
Anyway.
nothing surprises me. Have you seen me? Probably one which will get us taken off YouTube. But did you see how some I can't remember what we call it, but the Jewish ambulance was set on fire?
Oh God, yeah. That
A
was in
message
London.
was left, and it actually named Israel as Israel. So, but apparently it was Islam terrorists who wrote the message, but they named Israel as Israel. It's just like this doesn't stack up, does it?
Mm. It's a little bit silly.
But on conspiracy theory, I think we should do a reel of shows about conspiracy theories. What
Mm.
turned out to be true.
Yeah, we'll last one episode and get fucking deleted. I know. We have to hide it inside Bitcoin episodes. I don't think even the AI tech has quite figured out to go this deep into a podcast that gets 7 views. I don't think they can be fucked, even with all the processing power YouTube has.
I think
But
I was going to say we haven't been warned for a while, which is surprising considering what you usually drop into the podcast.
yeah, yeah, it has been a while. It's we managed to do it pretty well. Like I tend to get warned about just over every 6 months, and each warning lasts for 6 months. So, but I think it's like 3 or 4 warnings in the 2 year period, and you are just banned. So I don't know. They change the rules every other day as well. I get an email from freaking YouTube admin every month going, I've changed the T's and C's. And I quickly look at it and it's like, oh right, yeah, it basically means you can ban me for more things now and quicker. Great. I accept, because if you don't say I accept, they just delete your account. So yeah, who knows? We'll be gone overnight one day. And it'll just be that the AI bot finally found our pod, looked at like an hour's worth, and it'll be like, fuck these guys. Seriously, fuck
It's
these
just
guys.
like, or it could just be, well, they're not really getting too many followers, so we'll just leave them chatting about shit as usual.
Yeah, leave them just shouting at themselves in the corner of the room. Yeah. So let's get back to Bitcoin, man. So this is a pretty big story that came out last week that Square enabled Bitcoin Lightning payments as a default for over 4 million merchants.
Ooh,
So Square is obviously like a massive provider of small point of sale kind of devices, and now they've enabled Lightning. Obviously founded by Jack Dorsey, massive Bitcoiner and founder of Twitter. So yeah, so it basically means that 4 million businesses now, if you use Square, so this is fantastic, right? So if you should go to a Bitcoin conference or whatever, even then you would have to use a Bitcoin specific wallet to accept payments when you're buying hats and drinks and food and whatever. Obviously it's kind of inconvenient a little bit because you got to make sure that the apps all are compatible and does everyone have that? Does everyone want to buy in Bitcoin, for example? Do you want to accept pounds, dollars, whatever? So now suddenly with Square, it's best of everything, right? They are probably the number one provider of point of sale for small independents. They're not massively used and obviously in big businesses, but they're mainly the small independents. But now you can just send them a Lightning transaction as well. And so it's a pretty big step, pretty big integration um, for Lightning there that people keep saying hasn't worked, it's dead. But I think my answer to always to that is that spending your Bitcoin right now isn't the priority. It's still about stacking it and hodling it. If you're on a Bitcoin standard and you're out of the game, then you're more than happy to do things like this. But for the majority of people getting into Bitcoin, the last thing they want to do is spend it. They just want to keep stacking it. But it's fantastic that the infrastructure is getting put in place for when we are on a Bitcoin standard. We're just good to go. If the world was to end tomorrow and like fiat hits hyperinflation, provided we've still got the internet, we could all just go get a Square device, or all businesses could get a Square device, and all us individuals would have a Bitcoin wallet, and you can just go and tap your phone on their Square thing. And even if all the banks have gone bust, all the governments have collapsed, we'd still have an economy, a peer-to-peer economy on a Bitcoin standard, using the fiat rails to a certain extent that kind of funded things like Square and stuff to exist, but they pivoted to Bitcoin, and we can now
What's
use
the
that.
name of the company which Jack Mallers?
21. Oh,
No,
Strike. His
yeah,
original was Strike.
Stripe, because he's the one who kind of like started it with the payments, wasn't he? But it's just
Yeah.
not as big a company.
Yeah, the problem with it is that obviously he started Bitcoin only, and to us, I don't think it got off the ground really. He got a load of integrations, but kind of so what? Because as we know, people aren't massively using Bitcoin as payments right now. So I mean, why this Square one's so much bigger is the fact that it's a huge company already that have tens, if not hundreds of millions of users using it for fiat transactions. And now inside there, you can send a Lightning transaction. And look, we know that the vast majority of their transactions will carry it on as fiat, but the fact the option is there is massive. And but if anything, I'm surprised Square haven't done it earlier because Jack Dorsey is such a an advocate for Bitcoin, and he's the founder of that company, right? Founder of Square, founder of Twitter. He was CEO of both companies at one point, at the same time, which is I think largely why Twitter just went down the toilet under his leadership towards the end. Um, but yeah, he's doing good things for Bitcoin, so congrats. And yeah, we
You're
need
not,
more ways to spend our
is he
Bitcoin.
not on the Epstein files?
I haven't heard anything about that, no. He seems more of like a kumbaya kind of guy, so I'd be amazed if he's not mentioned in there somewhere. Can guarantee they've tried to get him. He'll be absolutely on their list. But yeah, I think he was already too rich and just too like in his own head to like go off to do weird parties. I don't think he's really into that stuff. Radio. Oh God, we got a real good Bitcoin one here. Right into the software element of Bitcoin. So we have a new um, Bitcoin client that is being launched called Production Ready. And they're excited to officially announce Production Ready. It's basically a charity company founded by these four people to advance open source Bitcoin development through education and funding for new conservative Bitcoin clients. So obviously this is all in the wake of um, Bitcoin Core and Knots and just various infighting where Blockstream do have quite a big hold on Bitcoin, and the main client that people use to run a node is Bitcoin Core. And there's more and more people that aren't happy about Bitcoin Core. Interestingly, you mentioned the Epstein files before. Adam Back, who is the CEO of Blockstream, is in those files. He had emailed Epstein a couple of times. Um, reckons he didn't meet him, blah blah blah, but he's in there, and people do suspect that maybe he did meet him and he's lying. But so who knows? I'd be super sad if Adam did do stuff like that because he's one of my heroes in Bitcoin. So I hope he didn't get tempted by all that kind of nonsense. But who knows? It's basically just prompted these people to get together. And interestingly, Samson used to work for Blockstream and was very close to Adam Back. So now he's launching essentially a competitor product to him. Um, so on the face of it, this looks great, right? But then, yeah, obviously Bitcoin doesn't take bullshit easily. Um, we don't trust, we verify. So even though the people that have launched that product have very much got quite a lot of trust in the Bitcoin space, we don't trust them, we verify it. And Vortex is a proper like one of the OGs in Bitcoin is basically going, "Is this a joke? They've just forked Bitcoin Core, and then now they're immediately asking for donations." So he basically says, "I get it that we probably need a new client, but this looks like a massive LARP that." Obviously Bitcoin Core is an open source piece of code. So anybody could just download Bitcoin Core today and you could just fork it, change one comma, and then go, it's your implementation now, and rebrand it as something else. It's completely open source software. And seemingly that's what they've done. Someone checked the website, and yeah, the main thing that the website is forcing you down is please donate. And someone just went, okay, like, if we're going to donate, what are we donating for? Let's check your GitHub. Let's see how many changes to Bitcoin Core you have made to make your client so much different. Their GitHub was completely empty. They hadn't submitted a single thing. So right now it's not looking good. Obviously, I haven't heard the next set. All I've heard is from the 4 or 5 people that have launched this thing. They've launched it. Now they've got a whole host of criticism come their way. I haven't heard their retort yet. I would like to think they're going to go, yeah, yeah, I know it looks bad. Our GitHub's a bit blank at the moment, but we've been working behind the scenes and we're about to upload a shit ton of stuff. These are the changes we're making, blah, blah, blah. We're either simplifying Bitcoin or whatever. But if all they're going to do is put a GoFundMe up there and ask for millions of dollars to like work on a client, it's like, I know all the people that were involved there are extremely wealthy. So, if they wanted to put a couple of million in each to fund themselves and a load of engineers to work on a new client for a bit and turn it into a business over the coming years, they just could. They just could. So I never like it when rich people ask for handouts. I'm almost a bit like, I think you should seed this yourself, get it going, and then see what happens. But if you care this much about creating a new Bitcoin client, fund it yourself. I don't ask the community to fund you.
Yeah, yeah, a bit fishy.
Yeah, and they're 4 very trusted guys though. Like normally, like these aren't 4 people that I have never heard of on in Bitcoin. These are 4 people that I've met most of them at various points over the years and when I was going to conferences. And there's only like 20 people going. These guys were the guys that were there. So they are proper Bitcoiners and they've obviously had plenty of opportunity because they were the guys presenting on stage. I was just obviously in the audience. But so these guys have had the opportunity to pivot into shitcoins numerous times over the years. They never have stayed Bitcoin. So these guys aren't the typical scammer, but yeah, at the moment it doesn't look too good. But we do need a new Bitcoin client. Bitcoin Core does need competition, so I really hope they bring it. We need lots of competition in Bitcoin. The more competition, the better, because the more decentralization we get.
Yeah.
Cool. One to the story that you literally the only reason you turned up for.
Well, I read this, and you said that there's going to be a show about Scam Bankman Fried
Hmm?
and Caroline. Um, but what I'm most upset about is apparently it's not raunchy. Apparently, it's not a 50 Shades follow-up, which is what I expected. It's actually a drama about.
Oh, oh, it's not. It's not a drama. I looked up it up on Netflix. Oh no, it's gone. Here it is. Here's the Altruists. It's a
A
romantic
romantic.
drama.
Oh yeah,
It's
that
it's
beanbag's going to get some action.
get the freaking get the tissues and lube out. Someone's gonna have a good time tonight. But anyway, for
Uh,
anyone that's actually realizing what the fuck we're talking about, basically the FTX collapse with Sam Bankman-Fried and Caroline. That
but have you seen who's playing them? It's
I
someone called
know.
Anthony Boyle, who's Sam Bankman Fr Scam Bankman Fried. But what you got to remember is like Scam Bankman Fried is like the fattest vegan ever. Like, have you ever met a fat vegan apart from Scam? And
Yeah,
then,
because he clearly isn't a vegan. That's why. Like
yeah,
he's nomming down the Mackies. He's like, oh, vegan.
but yeah, you kind of got these people and they've had to Hollywoodize it. It's the chick who's out of Ozark.
Yeah, she's
Um,
Caroline. Yeah, she is quite a good pick for Caroline because she's got that weird look about her.
yeah, but it annoys me because if you actually read what it says as a Netflix, it says all these people join the cast to be altruists. The series tells the story of Sam Bankman-Fried and Caroline Ellison, two hyper smart, ambitious young idealists who tried to remake the global financial system in the blink of an eye before they were accused of stealing 8 billion. It's like they're rewriting it. They've let them out of prison and they're rewriting history. So if you remember correctly, it
So
was a
even
crypto exchange
oh,
and they took everyone's money, which was sat on the exchange, and they took it down to the shitcoin casino, or rather shitty stocks, and bet it. They're betting on long and shorts.
yeah,
That is what they fucking did, is they spent people's money.
yeah,
They did not try and reinvent shit.
I know. It's insane how they are complete. Even the title of it, calling it the Altruists, because I knew the altruist, roughly what altruist meant, but I had to Google it and go, what is even an altruist? It's a person who unselfishly cares for and helps others, often sacrificing their own comfort or safety without expecting reward. I was like, so when did any of these people ever do that? They literally set up a trading company that
It
was doing
wasn't
that.
just 8 billion, it was more. I swear it's more than 8 billion.
Um, yeah, who knows? It was weird because I think it during that time, I think there was a bull run. So the amount of money that was lost just
I
hugely
remember,
fluctuated up
I
and
mean, the only
down.
thing which he tried to do to reinvent money was he created his own fucking scam coin,
Yeah,
the FTX coin, and then to try to palm it off on people when he said, I'll make you whole. And it's just like,
yeah,
no, you just took people's Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever else they had on that exchange and tried to replace it with a coin which you fucking minted and you can print.
yeah. And it's hilarious as well. Like how when you read out the bio of the thing, it said they were accused of stealing 8 billion. No, they were prosecuted and found guilty of stealing
It was a
eight
very
billion.
short sentence, though, wasn't it? I remember they let out early. So it was, they
Yeah,
should have been put down for life.
yeah. But they were found guilty, right? And then
Like, If
obviously
you if you if you rob a
we all
bank,
predicted that they would be let out early. Yeah, we know who their parents are. They all freaking emanate from the nation state of Israel. So,
God.
and of course, we knew that Sam, his parents have both got high up connections in the Democratic Party, and his whole family's Jewish. So you go, well, of course he's going to get out early. They're going to need to make a little bit of an example of him, be like,
Caroline was
oh,
linked in. Some like a family friend was someone like Gary Gensler. I can't remember how it was. She's
yeah,
linked into someone in that kind of like sphere.
yeah, it was like her uncle or something. Yeah, both of them were very, very connected. It was not a coincidence that FTX just came out of completely nowhere. Because this wasn't an exchange that existed, for long. It literally just pumped and dumped. It went from basically just not existing almost in
To
like
sponsoring like
yeah,
Super Bowls and shit like that.
yeah. They were sponsoring whole football stadiums and stuff for like 10 years, like just paying all 10 years up front. It's like, what are you doing? And they literally they popped up in like 2017. And I remember like listening to the podcast. I was still listening to loads of podcasts at the time. And there was CEOs from other exchanges just going, why aren't you doing what FTX are doing? Because they're everywhere. FTX have just exploded and they're just sponsoring everything. You couldn't switch on a sporting event and FTX wouldn't be on a banner somewhere. If they haven't sponsored the entire stadium or the entire event, they would still be on the banners. And those CEOs are just going, we have no clue how they can afford it. Of course, we want to be doing what they're doing, but it isn't our business model. We don't make enough money to be able to do that. And these guys were Coinbase, Kraken, even Binance, which is the massive exchange over in Asia. They weren't making
Well, it's
anywhere
funny.
near the amount of money that they could afford this. And you're like, so where the FTX getting this money? And it turned out it was cost of deposits.
Well, it's also, I think there's some money gained from external sources which will never be explained, just like someone who owned a certain island. His source of funds have never been explained.
Well, you won the lottery once, you know? I think you won the
He
lottery
won the,
twice.
I was going to say he won the lottery, which is such a mad coincidence, but he had billions.
Yeah.
And you kind of go,
I
where
can
did
guarantee he
all
only
this,
bought one lottery ticket.
yeah, where
I
did
doubt
all
he
the
even
money
bought
come
one.
from?
I doubt he even bought one. They just printed it and just gave it to him. It's like, there you go, that's going to win on Saturday.
But it's the fact that you kind of go, oh, I want to win the lottery, I'll go in for the lottery. They gave the lottery prize to someone.
Yeah,
Think about that. That is just like absolutely insane that that happens.
yeah. There's a new saying. I'm saying this a lot at home at the moment, and but everything's just fake and gay. And
That's a YouTube ban.
but it's literally like even the lottery's just fake and gay. Yeah, if you do it, you're fake and gay because it's like you're playing a fixed game. Like literally, this the second I saw like Epstein, he literally won the Powerball or something. Like he won like 8.6 million. You go. Like the amount of money they were funneling to him anyway, did they really need? You must have just gone, what would be really funny? Can I win the lottery? They're like, dude,
You
like
kind of
no,
go, all these people.
making it too obvious. We can't fix the lottery for you. He's like, go on, just do it. And he's
Yeah,
like,
but
all right.
if they've done it to him, you think about all these people who win it. Are they just connected to the government? Every
Yeah.
week.
Most of them are anonymous, aren't they? There's only a
Yeah,
couple of people who actually go, oh, it's me. And normally those people like lose it all in the space of 5 years. Most people that win are anonymous. So they're probably all just being funneled to the mates. It's just, he wants to win this week, guys. They probably just like do a little lucky dip round the table. Whoever like pulls out the golden ball, you're like, congrats, you just won 50 million Super Bowl. You know,
yeah.
you
It's
win the
just
lottery
like
this week.
you kind of go. It's like that picture where it's like all the old politicians laughing,
Yeah.
saying they think we're going to do something for them, and it's just like, yeah, they're all going for the lottery, but we get given the money.
Yeah.
It's
They
like,
just,
who's going to win it this week? David Cameron. Who's going to win it next? Tony
yeah.
Blair.
And just
And we'll
giving it
also
like,
throw in some speaker ones. You get paid 500,000 by Harvard University this week, Tony Blair. And it's just like they pay you 500,000 to speak for an hour. Yes.
yeah. Like, what are you going to say that's worth 500,000? You got to be there. It's going to be gold. So yeah, I remember, what was it? I think it was Hillary Clinton just spoke to all the major banks in America over the course of a year, got paid like 4.5 million for it or something. It's like half a
Who's
million
that?
quid. Hillary Clinton, her speaker fees, since once she lost to Trump, she had to do a tax return. And like, yeah, she made like 4.5 million quid or something off the top banks in America. And it was just all over, it's made up of $500,000 speaker fees for half an hour, after dinner speeches. And you just go, what can Hillary Clinton teach these very senior
Yeah, she's
bankers
never had a
in the
real
space?
job, has she?
No, it's clearly bribery. It's just when you get in or whatever position of power you're in, don't fuck us. And also, we want this, this, and this done. Bring in some more regulation over there. These challenger banks are getting a bit close. Fuck them. Make your compliance department has to be 500 people. Yeah, yeah. Make it be worth like it's got to be at least worth 50 million a year. Yeah, yeah. Do that. Do that. That'll stop everybody coming in. We can afford it, they can't. Beautiful, beautiful. And then we'll see you next week, Hillary, for dinner and a chat, and we'll pay you another 500,000. Just, yeah, the world's fucked, man. But at least we got Bitcoin, and it's bizarre as well that Netflix are just so like in on it because yeah, when like two randomers steal billions and get caught and then get screwed. Admittedly, they got released early as
I
well.
am going to watch this just to see how they spin it.
It's the fact that it is a romantic drama. I'm just going
Oh, Caroline.
because the thing is like the whole thing between Sam and Caroline, I actually did think was a meme. Like I just thought that the fact that there's a girl involved, you automatically go, oh, they're banging. But apparently, like there was rumors that they did date at some point. But there was no romantic fucking fairy tale in here where they were going to like change the world. Caroline wasn't even CEO of Almeida, which is the sister company to FTX that were doing the trading. She wasn't even CEO of that company. She was in it, but not CEO until about 3 months before the crash. There was a different guy doing it. He fucked off when he saw the crash coming and gave and gifted the CEO role to Caroline. So when it all came crashing down, he was completely clean and she took the fall.
There was always that wicked rumor about there being a sex tape from the security cameras, which we've been able to see. So I'm looking forward to seeing that on Netflix.
It's gonna be a fucking rom-com, man. They're gonna like Sam is the most autistic like fucktard you've ever seen.
Well, he'd sit there on investor meetings playing, what's it, League of Legends?
Yeah. And some for some reason, like the venture capitalists thought that was such an alpha play. Like, oh, he not only can he answer our questions, he's like playing a computer game. Like, Jesus Christ, when I did that in school, I got sent out. He
No, that
got
was for
like
jacking off in class.
uh
Don't think that'll go down well with investors either.
but it's just it's like everything Sam does, like looking scruffy, being like an absolute retard in interviews, stealing billions, you know, it's all just been twisted into his favor that no, he's just a
It
misunderstood
was like a little ploy
genius.
to try and crash crypto or something to try and end it. They
Mm,
stuck this fat idiot in there, and then yeah, be like, oh yeah, we'll send you down for a year, but we'll set you up for life.
mm.
You will have tens of millions. Okay, I'll do that. You never have to work, and we'll make a Netflix drama about how you're an altruist.
Yeah. There's going to be so
Fat.
many people that like tune into that one to go, oh, I've heard of FTX. It's weird though, because obviously, like you said, they need FTX. Like they've used that for ages to go, oh, this is why Bitcoin won't work, right? Because there's always going to be a big collapse. Like FTX basically ended Bitcoin. That's the way they tried to pitch it. Clearly, it's got nothing to do with Bitcoin, but that's the way they pitched it. It's the end of crypto, the end of Bitcoin. And it was the end of like the bull market that happened. It was a big hit, but they've kind of left all the FTX drama to one side. I can almost imagine the FTX bit and the collapse is going to be like the last 10 minutes, and we're going to have an hour and a half of some type of two autistic retards, like just, don't know, slapping each other's tits. You're like, what is this? Is this like, what is it? Like, love on the spectrum or Downey love? What is it?
It's just
That
like you're poking so many different buttons now just to get the channel banned.
what is it?
Um,
Get down with Downies or something. Yeah, that's I've seen some kind of dating show where there was a load of retards on it. It was kind of cute, and you go, oh right, yeah, okay, but like, they're basically in that category, but they're gonna make this like it's fucking Ryan Reynolds and fucking Megan Fox, trying to change the world and like have this loving relationship. You're like,
oh God, it's got CZ in it. I didn't realize that he was a character.
yeah, he'll be the bad guy, I think.
And then
Him
it's
and
got
him and Sam had a few
Jennifer
battles.
Grey from Dirty Dancing. I don't recognize anyone apart from Julie Garner.
No. Just looking at that
Who,
cast list, everyone's far too attractive for this like whole story. Like everyone
but
was
imagine if
hug
like
hug
Anthony
hungry.
Doyle has gains 160 pounds for the role, goes proper method acting and doesn't shower.
I can almost guarantee you, Sam is going to turn up. He's going to be toned, ripped, good looking. He's going to be portrayed as super smart. He'll just have slightly crazy hair. They can't mess with the hair too much. I reckon they'll give him a bit of a messy woghead. But other than that, yeah, it's just fucking shameful. But whatever, whatever. We know there's nothing sensible to watch on Netflix anymore. So
I'm going to be watching it.
yeah, to be fair, actually, I say that the previous one about that weird rapper woman that stole the money because it didn't seem to have an agenda. It was just like let's just tell a story. Actually, no, their agenda was if you steal and you use Bitcoin or crypto, we will find you. I mean, that was probably the underlying message I left with, which I knew was bullshit. But that's what they wanted. But to get you to that, this had to be real. They actually had to explain the hack, the people, how they found them, and then ultimately the fallout. But it was interesting. I actually learned something. But on this one, the fact that it's a romantic drama, like, come on. How is the fact that like these two fucking retards like touched genitals once is a story, and the fact that they were funded by the Democrats in Israel to crash crypto and stole 8 billion is not the headline.
On that note, I think it's time to end the show.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah,
Peace.
laters.